you're in town, we rehearse at the Washington Ethical Society on Monday night from 7 to 8:30. Isn't that right, Papa? Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, turn us around, turn us around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom. Ain't gonna let no war machine turn us around, turn us around, turn us around. Ain't gonna let no war machine turn us around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom. Jail cell. Jail cell. Mind if I take a picture? Turn us around, turn us around. There you go. Keep on walking. I always ask. Some people
The president's taking a nap right now. May come later.
That's a question. Only because what he says is that most people think never existed. I only remember still have stories for what it could be, not for what it ever was.
Keep on walking, keep on talking, walking up the freedom land. Ain't gonna let it go. Turn us around, turn us around, turn us around. Ain't gonna let it go. Turn us around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, turn us around, turn us around.
Journalists start disappearing.
Keep on talking, marching up the freedom.
Okay, let's hear a big hand for that fantastic Christine Laker chorus. Wonderful. The impeachment song is beautiful. We have to get that again. So as you see, the baby has come down because we're worried about rain. But after, if there is rain and then it clears up, the baby will be back again. Right? Also, we have promised the park that we would leave this place in better shape than we found it. So anything you see on the ground, if you could pick it up, and Clara, you're going around with the trash bag right there. So you can find Clara and throw it away, help us keep this park clean, because you know Donald Trump just took $2.5 million away from the parks. So now we want to introduce our wonderful, what? And where are the trash cans, Tigerberry? Yeah, these people on Tigerberry, come up for a minute. Come up for a minute. Come up, Tigerberry. Make him come up here. Ty. All right, this guy's been working non-stop to make this happen. Hasn't slept. Let's just give him a big thank you. Tiger, want to say something?
I do actually want to thank the Park Service. It's been an incredible experience. I went into it looking like, oh my God, this is so daunting, and they're not really trying to be helpful, but I came around to find out that the Park Service has a heart. The National Park Service has a heart, and I gotta love it. And I want to thank Leonard Lee, Ranger Leonard Lee.
All the black ones are white and black.
Red race by itself.
So we have a special treat for you now, which are some wonderful sisters. Who has a sister? Okay, well then you're gonna love these sisters because these are the DC Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Let's give them a hand.
Hello, everyone. How are you all today? My name is Sister Soyuna Pasiba of the DC Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. We are here today to hand out hugs, to tell you we love you, and to hand out some water, and to raise a little fun, and bring some smiles and joy. So I'm going to let our other sisters introduce themselves if they so like. And after this, we'll be set up over there on the walkway. So if you need a hug, you need some love, come see us.
I'm Novice Sister Penny Kruger.
Once the rain passes,
I'm Novice Sister Amora Victoria.
this is the placeholder. We'll be full of hot air.
I'm Sister Cheeky Teton.
Hot air on the wall tonight.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, thank you.
So you can learn more about us at dcsisters.org. All of our bios are up there with our photos, so if you see what we look like today, you can find us and read about us and why we do this work. But the sisters were formed in 1979 in San Francisco. We are an order of drag queen nuns. We raise fun, we raise funds, and we raise hell. So locally, we have raised over $30,000 for underserved organizations such as HIPS, Coalition for Black Justice, National Trans Equality Center, Southerners on New Ground, and the list, Casa Ruby, and the list goes on. We have a monthly event. And that is Singing with the Sisters, and then we also have a monthly bingo. Casa Ruby is a local center for transgender youth, primarily people of color. They provide housing and assistance to help appropriate health care, etc. And they did, Ruby Coronado does some amazing work in that field.
We're having our fundraiser for the HIPS organization on Sunday, July 21st. It's bingo. So if y'all like bingo, come to the Red Bear Brewery in Noma, and you'll want to play bingo and be a big winner and help the HIPS organization.
So HIPS is an organization that was founded about 30 to 40 years ago. They serve the sex worker community. They make sure that they provide services and make sure they can find housing and stabilize them and health care and all of those things. And they do a lot of amazing work, and they're underfunded.
Okay, come see us over here.
So we said we would have an open mic here. And that's why I'm saying, we said we'd have an open mic, right? So sometimes you gotta give the mic to somebody you really don't like, right? Somebody who says things you really don't like, somebody whose actions are really harmful. But we said there was an open mic, so we're gonna have to give the mic over to John Bolton.
I want to share a confidence with you. I know you can share a confidence. Hey, Kellyanne, where's the coffee? God damn it. I know you're a lawyer, but you can do better. You can get the coffee like a woman should. Yeah, that's the way to treat it. I'm the only man in the White House. Have you noticed that? I'm the real man. Why? Because you've heard of that. You know, you need flesh and blood to make a war. And more important, you need a brain. And my brain is so masculine. It's a masculine brain. It's fed with the best testosterone in the United States. And I'm planning a war. And I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something, folks. I was working very hard to overthrow the Venezuelan government.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, we got Guaido, I don't know, some strange province in Venezuela. Nobody ever heard of the guy. But once Trump, Pence called him up and said, hey, do you want to be president of Venezuela? The guy said yes. So we did that. Then we took over more of their, the consulate, their military, whatever you call it, here in Washington, D.C. Then it was very simple. We were going to take over the embassy. And guess what? We ran into these codes, pink communists, Pico, radicals. And they wouldn't surrender that building. So guess what? Guess what? We got a whole bunch of people from Miami to come up and insult them every day, get into fights with them, try to provoke them, and then when they were in pain, we said they did it. They started it. It really went well, and then at the end we got 100 people to bust down the door and arrest 4 people. It was great, but guess what? Guess what? And 3 attempted coups. Guess what? Now this is the problem in the White House. Trump got bored. He got bored. I can't believe it. I worked my my masculinity almost off to start this war, and the guy says he's tired. Now I'm running out of patience. Now we're trying to start a war in Iraq because war. I was telling Trump, you start a war, it's going to put hair on your chest. War puts hair in your chest, and you know what? I'm the brains of war, and I got more hair on my chest than a gorilla. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look at my eyebrows. I'm a hairy ape underneath because I believe in violence. I am the symbol of violence in the White House. So, tell me, how does war make you feel? Are you ready to sign up and make a sacrifice of your life for empire? Tell me the truth. You're not? You gotta be kidding. What's wrong with this generation? What's wrong with you people? Oh, war is great, especially when you're the brains of a war. And you don't have to go and die in some swamp. Let somebody else do it. Okay, folks. Somehow I think I know what's going on.
Sergeant Roger Stan really
Because guess what? Our mainstream media is not meant to give you the truth, is it? It's
No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
Okay, come on, Mark, hurry. Just take a couple.
No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
Thank you.
No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news.
Obama is a racist.
I'm a very stable genius.
Obama hates Jews.
No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
Earthquake in California. Right, but
they have a path where they go to your site or go to other sites that are identified. They post things on.
Well, I mean, there's the Weather Underground and people like that were around in the Sudanese Liberation Army. They're all the same thing. They all hate America.
Well, I know some of those. I grew up in those times.
Yeah, they're all the same. No, they're all the same. They're all part of the same kind of fight that's in the shit that's been going on in our country for a long time. It's the violence.
There is a reaction.
You know, a lot of it all.
A lot of people react differently.
A lot of it all started. A lot of it all started when Arthur Bremer shot George Wallace. You know, and then what happened was George Wallace, who was a nationalist, his whole entire Youth for Wallace campaign got taken over by Nazis, and then they ran the whole thing with that.
I never read into it.
Yeah, Arthur Bremer. Arthur Bremer. No, he was hanging out.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Check out whatever's going on.
I got people from all sorts of people. We're watching everybody from the FBI to people overseas.
Now, what's happened to Pete St. Philly?
He's on this is his channel right now. We're shooting the live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was locked up for a while. 619 days over in Oregon. They never charged him.
And there were a lot of people who were brought to perspective. People, even from the communist side, thought it was unfair all the time.
Yeah, when they made the decision to people in that part of the country, there's certain things, what's right is wrong is wrong, but it shouldn't stop everybody from arguing.
Unfortunately, I don't know. It's the communists that have because they always wind up getting arrested. And then they're taken in and they have a trial, and they say, and it's a free country, because they won the right to do that.
Well, there's a lot of people, Lee Harvey Oswald was hanging out at communist traffic.
Well, he was hanging out, he was, but he was also... Now, what do you...
No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion.
MLK tapes that are coming out about Martin Luther King.
A witch hunt.
Well, but the FBI is claiming...
You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
Well, he spent 619 days, and then they let him out.
No collusion.
From what I can say, you could go into it, but from what
A
I
witch hunt.
wasn't there, but they kept him in there.
You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius. No collusion. A witch hunt. You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
What do you do for work? Are you an engineer? Oh, wow. Great. All right.
I'll give you my card. Isn't that better?
That seems better. Thank you so much. Got it.
You don't sound German.
I'm not. I'm a freelancer.
Cool. It's a nice job. I think.
It is. So what gave you the idea?
Well, I can't stand the guy. That's one. I make all these giant robots in a factory in China of dinosaurs. And I realized if I'm making big, dumb things, I could make Trump too. And we wanted to do it big enough that I could capture the full sense of his majesty. And this is my way of showing what Trump does each day. You know, people are curious, how does he spend his time? Because he's not at meetings. He doesn't actually read anything. So what is he doing? Well, I think he's tweeting on the toilet if he's not cheating at golf.
And what's been the reaction so far?
Actually, it's been very positive, even from the Trumpophiles. People laugh, which I think is a nice thing and maybe diffuses a little bit of the antagonism. But underneath that, I hope is the message that this guy is a disgrace. And this statue is unfortunately accurate, not a satire.
And is there anything else that I didn't ask you about that you think is important for everybody to know?
Yeah, I want everybody to know that on this day, especially, which is really, you know, an almost sacred day about democracy, someone has made a satire of it. It's not me. It's the president. There's no place for military. There's no place for self-advertisement. What's great about democracy is that people can do silly things like this.
That's who's a
Thanks so
joke.
much.
The Democratic Party. That's all they do is try to disrespect this man. Every time I turn around, this is not what it's supposed to be. Mr. Trump, we love you, man. Thank you for coming to save America. We love you, Mr. Donald J. Trump. We're not gonna let this get us down. We got your back, Mr. Donald J. Trump. I got his back. I got his back. All right? I got his back. Who wants to do something? I got his back, all right? I got your back, Trump. I got your back. I'm gonna walk next to him. I'm not gonna harm him. Oh, what? I'm not gonna harm him. I want a picture. All right. Yeah, that's bullshit. Oh, hell, what is the pants going down? All of the pants that the Democratic Party and Republicans, they're the real pedophiles. He's not shitting on America like everyone, all of y'all been doing. He's not shitting on America. This ain't right. God bless you. Dios te bendiga, hermano. That's Q plus right there. We're all in this together. We love you, Trump.
What? Wait, he let these. Oh, it's free speech. Okay, free speech is fine. But guess what? It's right. You can have your free speech, but that allows me to have mine now. That's a piece of shit. All right? Just like your ideology. Just the way you think. Whoever put this up, I'm attacking your ideology, just like I attacked the Democrat. That's right. I'm Red Pill Ken on Twitter. And I'm Red Pill Ken on YouTube. Check him out. Look at the black unemployment. All the blacks are working. All the blacks.
Latinos
Latino,
do. Hispanics do.
Chino, everybody's working. Everybody's working. God bless America. God bless America. I got the flag. God bless America. That's right. God bless her. That's right. What, you got something to say? Is this your shit here?
It's my
Is this your shit?
It's my shit.
Hey, well, it's garbage. It's exactly what it is.
Frederick
It is
Douglass
shit.
said, what is
That's right.
Independence Day
That's right.
for the slave people?
Right. Well, let me tell you.
That is your,
Let me tell you something.
That is your
No, that's the Democratic Party. That's the Democratic Party. That's the Democratic
Anybody at this point.
You are fake news.
USA! 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 USA!
That's right. I did not want to see this here. I did not want to see this here. But it's here, and we're going to deal with it.
Hey, come on, baby. Kentucky in the house.
That's fake news. 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 That's right. America, thank you. That's right. That's right. That's bullshit right there. That's fake news. That's what it is. I'm Red Pill Ken on YouTube. I'm Red Pill Ken on Twitter.
You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
You know what? I got hard elbows, bam. I got hard elbows, bam, bam. You never know. I'm not talking violence. I'm not talking violence, but don't disrespect my flag. Don't disrespect my flag, right? Don't disrespect my flag. All right? God bless America. God bless America. You're fake news. You're fake news. You've had your chance. You've had your chance. We won. We won. We won.
We gonna win again too.
That's right.
Yeah,
we won.
Trump 2020, baby.
We won.
2020.
We won. We won. What? We won. We won. Enough said. And we're gonna win again. Trump in a landslide.
2020, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's right. I need Viagra to keep this on.
Heads too small! Can't build a wall! Heads too small!
I'm glad that it inspires informed discussion.
Heads too small! 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 Heads too small!
Thank you for a great speech. Thank you so much.
You lost the popular vote! You're Warren!
To this fake news garbage, well, guess what? We're gonna handle it. And we're just gonna handle it. Hey, I'm from El Salvador.
You are fake news.
He's a brilliant guy. He's a brilliant guy. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed to say where he's from.
Because I've been following truth since I was a kid. Alright? I go to alternative news. My name is Red Pill Ken.
You are fake news. I'm a very stable genius.
You, sir. I go to places like the American Center, it's time, places so I don't go to drugs anymore, but there's numerous other places where I go to get my news, like places like Just Informed Talk, places like that, alternative views.
Racist, look at me.
Because we do the research. We go to the original, how it started, and we follow it through. We do our research. Just put it like that. This can take hours and hours a day to solve
That's the problem of you liberals and Democrats. You
Excuse
look
me?
at colors. We are not colors. We are Americans. We are Americans.
I put my stuff on YouTube and Twitter. Red Pill Ken on YouTube. Red Pill Ken on YouTube and Twitter. All right, so I got the we know what this is all about. It's the kill movement and the white rabbits and the pedophilia that both Democrats and rhinos are responsible for. They're pedophiles. The people that they support. Yes, I know so.
I'm a very stable genius.
Yeah, listen here. No, this is red pill. Either, like your blue pill, you believe the bullshit that they're talking and what's coming out of the faces of mainstream media. And red pill is a different set of people. Let me get you.
That's exactly what it is. Keep spreading it.
I just want to switch my shirt.
No collision.
Okay.
How you doing?
Remember, Red Pill Ken on Twitter. You get a whole lot of truth. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm gonna come up there with the perfect vernacular. I don't come with the perfect suit. I don't come with the NPR voice. I just bring it. It's real. It's real. That's right. It's real. It's real, baby. What makes it real? Oh, you never heard of Nexium? Have you heard of Nexium? Have you heard of Kurt Raniere? Have you? He's not. He's not. Have you heard of Keith Raniere? All right, Keith Raniere. Nexium, enough said. Enough said. Nexium, enough said. Nexium, enough said. You're guilty of Nexium, and all roads leads to the Clinton Foundation. Nexium. Are you a serious journalist? Are you a serious journalist? I'm not taking them seriously. I'm serious. No, I'm going down to the White House. The Communist Party is going to burn America.
Brothers, I heard you talking. I knew it was Right here. Here we go.
That's right. I love America. I love America. And the people who hate Donald Trump, 90% of y'all hate America. You're in the vote of illegals. You will accept illegals over Americans.
Say it again.
That's wrong. We're not going down the Agenda 2130 road. You care more about illegals than you care about America. That's right. Keep preaching, baby. We make our living. Keep preaching, baby.
America first.
America first. That's fake news. That's right. That's fake news.
Let this guy in.
Yes, yes, K-E-N. Yes, like a red. See the red? Yes, and then
Trump ain't traitor.
I live in
You are.
Trump
2020.
Okay, we go on. We go on. Fake news. They don't want us to talk. They don't want us to read for ourselves. They don't want us to think for ourselves. Twitter and YouTube. The Democrats are the party of the KKK. Yes, they are. That's right. Republicans free the slaves. Yes. The Democrats signed Jim Crow, trying to stop us from voting. That's actually what you're doing right now. Oh, yes, my people fought hard to vote unmolested without these looks you're giving me. Meet Motomoto. Motomoto, a name so nice. Gotta say YouTube channel is Red Pill on you. I'm an American man. Okay? I'm a citizen first. I'm a citizen. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Patriot Soapbox family. I love you. USA! 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 Let me tell you something. May I ask you a question? Are you aware that Donald Trump nominated the first gay man to be an ambassador of Germany?
What does that
The
do with
highest
rape?
gay. What?
What does that have to do with rape?
It's a good thing he did.
He's still assaulting women.
Oh, so what about Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton's a fucking
Bill Clinton's a rapist.
Fuck him.
What did you say about Trump?
I said he's a rapist.
Prove it. I got $50 in my pocket.
Prove it. He's right.
I know. Prove it.
I'm sorry.
No, prove it. I thought you was gone. I know I'm telling you it's bullshit. He would have never became this guy don't know. He would have never became. He would have never became. Name one woman Trump raped.
His ass Zach's wife.
He would have
Zach's
never.
wife.
It's her birthday on Sunday.
She had a bot surgery and he beat the shit out of her. Everything's
It's a
fake.
birthday.
You don't like someone?
Yes.
Sing happy
Happy
It was a birthday.
I like what you hear. That's what that means.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You are fake news.
Happy birthday to you.
And the very stable genius.
And Fox News is
Expensive. And you know what Trump did for gay people? Country says she's going to be 70. She is.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
No collusion.
I love America. 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 That makes him upset.
No, listen. God bless America.
God
You are fake news.
America.
And the very stable genius.
Nice, my man. Nice. You are a true American, buddy. Give this guy some
No collusion. For which end? You are fake news.
But for some reason they're not allowing you to park.
No, this is not sufficient.
Starting to rain.
I know. That's why it's getting under.
This isn't going to be good enough. And it's going to be a lot.
Okay, I think wait, we gotta, that was our last one. What was you guys? Oh, okay, we'll give one more time here to Julian Castro, candidate. Thanks.
No, it's not. You should go back to high school.
I wanted to point out that Julian Castro is most passionately and
Not physics, then.
human rights crisis we have on the board. And I trust him more than anyone to do something about it. He also is the only one who listed by name people who have been killed by police. And he fought for women and spoke out about women getting equal pay for equal work and women's rights, and his mother being a single mother. All right, that was great. So we have a lot of great candidates out there. The issue is get involved and get people out to vote. But now we're going to turn to a special person who I love dearly. He is the person who started a fantastic radio station called We Act Radio. If you haven't heard of it, look it up, We Act Radio. He is also a writer, he is a speaker, he is a playwright, and he is self-defined as an angry black man in therapy. So let us welcome Kimon Freeman.
All right. Frederick Douglass spoke in 1852. He was invited to speak on the Declaration of Independence. He refused to speak on July 4th. If you don't know who Frederick Douglass is, that means you voted for Trump. But he refused to speak on July 4th, and he's elected to speak on July 5th. I'm only here at the invitation of Medea Benjamin. Otherwise, I would have refused like Frederick Douglass had. But I felt that it was imperative that his words, who still live on today, unfortunately, need to be reminded of all these wonderful people who have forgotten their history. These are the words of Frederick Douglass. 1852. What does 4th of July mean to a slave? Fellow citizens, pardon me. Allow me to ask, why am I called upon to speak here today? What have I, or those I represent, to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and natural justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? And am I, therefore, called upon to bring our humble offering to the national altar and to confess the benefits and express devout gratitude for the blessings resulting from your independence to us? I am not included within the pale of this glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings in which you this day rejoice are not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, not by me. The sunlight that brought life and healing to you has brought stripes and death to me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. To drag a man in fetters into the ground, illuminated temple of liberty, and call upon him to join you in joyous anthems were inhumane mockery and sacrilegious irony. Do you mean, citizens, to mock me here today by asking me to speak? What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than all other days of the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is a constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham. Your boasted liberty an unholy license. Your national greatness, swelling vanity. Your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. A thin veil to cover up crimes that will disgrace a nation of savages. There is not a nation on the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than there are the people of these United States at this very hour. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument is needed. Oh, if I had the ability and could reach the nation's ear, I would today pour forth a stream, a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, a stern rebuke, for it's not light that is needed, but fire. And it's not the gentle shower, but the thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled. And the hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed. And the crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced. The Trump regime is not this show of power. The Trump regime is an act of desperation to maintain a status quo that has benefited one group of people for far too long. It's going to be America for everybody, or it's going to be America for nobody. Let's make that happen.
Wow, that was profound and beautiful and a great reminder of what this nation was built on and why we still have such profound racism today and so much work to do, and why the issue of reparations is so important to take up. And we're going to close out now with our dear Lucy Murphy, who is a mistress of song in so many different movements for justice. And we love you dearly, Lucy. Please give Lucy a big hand.
I feel like I'm with friends and family, and I must say I don't normally celebrate the 4th, but when Nadia said that they were going to do this, I saw friends and family gather around Code Pink, and I felt that I must put my pessimism, my depression to the side and say from this day forward. And of course we have to have that attitude from this day forward. I see our problem as a problem of fear. If you watch TV, if you listen to commercial radio, you're constantly being fed fear. And so you're afraid to talk to your neighbor. You're afraid to talk to your colleague. You're pitted against each other at work, at the job, at the school. We're not learning cooperation, which is what we need to build a sustainable economy, to make us last more than 12 years. So from this day forward, and I'm going to ask you to sing with me, "Oh Freedom." Before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, 'cause I'll fight for my right to be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, 'cause I'll fight for my right to be free. Say it again. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. 'Cause before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, 'cause I'll fight for my right to be free. No more lying, no more lying, no more lying over me, over me. 'Cause before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, 'cause I'll fight for my right to be free. No more crying, no more crying, no more crying, no more crying over me, over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave, 'cause I'll fight for my right to be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom.
Hang around if you can. After the rain, we're going to put the Trump baby back up. But if you gotta go, thank you for coming. Anything else you want to tell people? Make sure you sign up, codepink.org, and work with us as we move forward. This is a great program. Thank you all. Yeah.
You know, I'd also like to invite anyone that really wants to call the National Park Service and thank them for today's event. They've been very cooperative today, and we really appreciate, especially Ranger Leonard Lee, really an amazing American that wants to understands freedom of speech and understands people's ability to organize and to have happenings like this. Thank you.
No, it's just not objecting in any way.
That's a way to respond to Well, it's I've got right now is I don't I was convicted.
I'm not hearing any noise that would indicate a
No, not that we're going to talk.
Did you want to turn that side? Excuse me, can you take 2 steps to your right? Can you just take 2 steps that way?
Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take a bunch.
Now everyone's there were other
Back to the time when they were still doing that. Showed your dad.
Are you going? Okay. I heard there's going to be acid attacks. I'm sure, but especially with getting
that was talked about. Oh, we have
Fair enough. Where do you live? Winchester. You know Claire must know about Fairfax. Okay.
Well, I kind of wanted to do
yeah, they have something else.
collision. You are fake news. Under very stable views. No collision. Collision. You are fake news. Under very stable views.